Alright, hello guys, I'm quite tired, but this is going to be a different what if. It's not going to be, obviously my hero, Dragon Ball is going to be, if you look at the picture, Naruto. Now this is going to be what if Naruto was teleported back in time and gave the full soul of Hagoromo. So, Naruto is fighting Kaguya, right? He's fighting Kaguya, and Sasuke and Naruto are fighting Kaguya, and then Sakura as well, and same with Kakashi. Now, Kaguya kills Obito, Naruto gets mad, and he gets reckless. And they manage not to seal her, but Naruto manages to die. Was killed, and then with the bone ash thing, so he gets turned into, little pebble things. And then Kaguya, since, Sasuke can't seal her alone, kills them all. Kills Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi. And Naruto is in his mindscape right now, obviously talking to the, what's it called? The Sage of the Six Paths, aka Hagoromo. Now, Hagoromo, since Sasuke dies, I'm gonna say he took back the power of Sasuke and Naruto, and then Naruto puts both of his hands on Hagoromo's hands. And on his left hand, he gets the moon, and on the right hand, he gets the sun. Or the little white orb thing. And so I'm trying to think how I could do this. So yeah, he does that, and then Hagoromo gives him, obviously, let's say he seals himself inside of him, but completely letting him access all of his powers and abilities. And let's say, so in Hagoromo, before he seals himself in him, he goes, I'm going to use the rest of my power and some of my power to take you back in time, kind of like what Whis does to Goku. And he takes him back to his childhood when he's around 3 years old. Now Naruto goes back, and let's say Naruto's in his bed, and for some reason, not in his bed, no, he's walking down the street, and he goes into, he falls down on his knees, and he's and then he not shaking crazily, but he's just kind of shaking because he's doesn't know what's happening to him, and then he knocks out and he's in a coma. Now the third finds him, or Ambu find him, and they're like, why is Naruto on the ground? Did the villagers beat him up again? And then they take him to the hospital, and they tell the Hokage as well. So the Hokage comes, and they realize these little stumps growing on Naruto's head, and his hair and skin color are changing. So he thinks that's weird, and he figures out, the doctors tell him that Naruto's in a coma, and he says, this is an SSS rank class, information, so if you tell anyone, you, your family, and this whole hospital will be executed. And then the person's the doctor's I understand, I won't tell anyone, I won't tell anyone, this is only between us. Because he's not going to tell any of the other people, either, in the hospital. Now, I'm going to skip a year, maybe, and Naruto is grown, and he's not fully, in his, if you've watched the last movie, he's not like that. I mean, he's in Shippuden. He looks like that in Shippuden. And I'm going to say no one has been looking at him, but when the doctors come walking in, he has, obviously, this, IVs out of him, and he's standing up, and he has these, black orbs around his neck. He has this red eye on his forehead with, this tomoe. He has these yellow, what's it called? The yellow cross things in his eyes, and he has, purple lines and stuff like the Rinnegan on the outside, and he has these, weird marks on the edge of his eyes that are, Sage Mode. His horns are fully grown, and he's, what he looks like in the picture, but with shirtless and shorts, or not really bandages. He has a doctor's a patient shirt on, and shorts and stuff like that. But his on his forehead's closed, but there's a little line. And then he opens his eyes, and doctors call the third Hokage and say he's awake. The third Hokage is skeptical, thinking something may have happened, like the Nine Tails may have took control of him and somehow had these weird looks to him and stuff like that, and he just altered his body. But in that 1 year time span, he's also been training with Hagoromo and Kurama, only being able to access like 20% of Kurama's power, since he doesn't have the seal open yet, and he's only 4 and he can't handle that much power. Even though he has lots of chakra reserves because he has a Rinnegan with Sage Mode things, and these weird eyes. I don't know what those are called, like Sage of the Sixth Path, the Naruto Sage Kurama eyes, I don't know. He has like Sage of the Sixth Path Kurama eyes, and so he wakes up and he goes back to his house, but he's having trouble walking because he's been in a bed for a year, and he's like hasn't been able to. He's like very weak right now. His like body and bones and muscles and everything are very slim and weak because he hasn't been training. So he goes out, since he has all the memories of the future Naruto. He knows what happens in the future, and he knows how everything's gonna happen. So he starts training with like on a tree, putting like what's it called? Putting like he starts punching trees and stuff, getting his hands and punching and kicking a tree to like strengthen his hands and muscles. And I must say he's wearing like, if you look up the Sage of the Sixth Path, he has like this weird chakra, not really chakra cloak, but he has this cloak on him. I'm gonna say Naruto has like a cloak on him, like, yeah, I guess I could say. And he has, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. How would he look? He'd have like, Sasuke, he's gonna have like a cloak on him that has like the top that hangs over his like nose, kind of like the Akatsuki thing, but it's open in the middle, all the way down it's open, and then he has like an long sleeve shirt that on the neck part has like Tomoe shaped designs, that it's black, and then he has orange Tomoe shaped things on his shirt. He has, I'm gonna say, how do I put this? Like black, maybe, like black shinobi pants. He has, like, obviously gray tape on his legs, and then he has like also really long, well, not really long, but he has like long shinobi sandals, and he has, yeah, that's it. And then he has no, that's it. And he looks like this, obviously, with the truth-seeking orbs on his neck. So he's punching, getting his strength up. We're gonna skip a week, but in that week he's been putting like plates and stuff, and he's actually switched over, instead of trees he has boulders, and he hits bigger boulders, and he starts obviously training. Also, when he sleeps, he practically never stops training, because he trains daily, like when he's awake, and then when he's sleeping he trains with Hagoromo. But that doesn't get him lack on sleep. He's sleeping. Like, his body's resting, but his mind's constantly going, because he's in his mindscape, training with Kurama, trying to access more of his power, and trying to use his abilities. Right now, I must say, I'm just going to make him overpowered. So he's like, let's just say he's 10... I'm gonna say 10 Tails Madara with both of his Rinnegan. And his Rinnegan ability is Limbo and switching with stuff. Like Sasuke's, he can switch places with a certain object or any objects in a sight. And right now, since he has the 2 Rinnegan and a Rinne Sharingan, I'm gonna say he has 6 Limbo clones instead of 4. But he can only access 2 of them, since he's only like 5. And I'm obviously skip another 5. Well, no, it's like 7 years. I think that's like 5 and 5. Well, if he's 5 now, that's 5, 10, and then 12. Yeah, another 7 years. Or not another, but just skip 7 years. And so we're not gonna just skip that. He's like, try to make friends. Like, since he knows everything that's gonna happen, he makes clones. And like blood clones and stuff like that. He tries to make blood clones to send blood. But Jesus, blah 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 blah. He sends blood clones Like, he creates blood clones that look like him. And he sends them out to try to, I guess you could say, talk with other villages to try to befriend them. And he goes to the Cloud Village to try to befriend them. But this blood clone isn't weak. He's obviously, since he's like strong as Ten Tails, dual Renegon Madara. Meaning that clone's like half of his power, meaning he could probably defeat the Raikage. I'm gonna say A is the Raikage right now, since, well, I mean, he wasn't, I don't think he is. No, yeah, I think he is. Right now in this time. But yeah, he's doing that. Obviously, that one tries to befriend it. Now, obviously, the guards try to attack him. He doesn't, he tries to lure him away and walk away, or like try to run away. Not really run away, but keeps dodging, and he's like trying to talk to them, but they're like, shut up, you're an intruder, we gotta dispose of you. Now, Naruto, or like the blood clone, I'm gonna say both of them have swords, and then, well, not both of the blood clones, but the guards have swords, and then they're trying to attack the blood clone Naruto, or I'm just gonna name him Menma, I guess. He starts to try to attack Menma, and Menma grabs the sword with his, like, kind of like, like, if you watch One Punch Man, if you've seen One Punch Man, Garo, his fighting style, or like Silver Fang's fighting style is like turning your enemy's power against them, but like, so he kind of like deflects perfectly deflects the guards like blade, and then like delivers a punch to his gut, knocking him out. The other one tries to hit him, but he like vanishes from his sight, and then knocks him out by karate chopping him on the neck. I almost said karate chopping him on the throat. Now the other one's going to go to the Snow Village, and obviously, well, no, not the Snow Village. He's gonna go to the what village should I make him? The Mist Village, I guess. The one with the May. I think it's May Hatsume. No, what the the one girl that has lava style and stuff like that. And yeah, he goes, what is his name? Naruto's blood, Menma vanishes into the Raikage's office by using the flash step, or what is it called? I swear I'm a freaking retard. The flash step. I'm gonna just say flash step, or the flash step. He uses it. He vanishes into his office. The guards get up and try to defend, or like stand in front of the Raikage, or like in front of the desk, saying, "What do you want?" And Menma's like, "No, I don't mean no trouble. See, I'm simply a blood clone of this one person from the Leaf Village, and my name is Menma. I'm here to try to make an alliance with you so we could stop this annoying, or like this constant war between villages, and he doesn't want to, like, how do I say this? How? He just wants to, like, stop, the fights and stuff, like, the wars and stuff. He wants to stop those, and he's trying to build an alliance between all the villages. Now, Menma obviously is talking with the Raikage. The Raikage says, "Stand down, men," or "Guards, stand down and let me talk." And he's talking with Menma in the back, or like like they're both sitting down and they're both talking to each other, and he's speaking. And then what's the other one's name? I'm trying to think. Not much gonna be like the other blood clone, because I don't really have a name. But the other blood clone is going to try to find all the other Akatsuki members, because I'm gonna say, obviously Kakuzu and them are not joined yet. And I'm gonna say, he's going out, and he's like, Naruto right now looks like a 16-year-old in height, and same with the clones. And he goes out and he finds Kakuzu. He sees like a big explosion, not explosion, but a big dust cloud, and then he sees Kakuzu holding a person's neck, and he jumps off into a tree. Naruto, flash steps, appears beside him, and wants to talk, but obviously Kakuzu jumps back and says, "What was that?" And now he jumps down, and he's like, "All I want to do is talk. I don't want to fight." And he's like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "I want you to join me." And he's like, "Will you pay me good money?" He's like, "Yes, I could try to." And he's like, I'll join only if you pay me good money, and if you don't pay me good money, I'll kill you." And he's like, "Fine." And that's the end of that. And then, what's his name? We got back over to Naruto, and he's taking the Genin exam, and he passes, and then he meets with his sensei. But he's also assigned on the team of, obviously, Sakura and Sasuke. And meet with their captain, Kakashi. You say their goals, and everything's the same. Naruto wants to become Hokage. He likes ramen and all that. Now, we cut over to the bell test, and then Naruto was not the last one there, but he wasn't the first. So he arrived an hour before Kakashi, and then an hour later, obviously Kakashi appears, and then he says, "Okay, you guys can start." Everyone jumps off besides Naruto. Naruto says limbo, and then he's like, Kakashi's like, "What? What'd he say?" And then he gets striked in the stomach, sending him flying into a tree, wondering what was that. He pulls up his Sharingan, wondering if he could see it with a Sharingan, but he can't. But then he's like trying to fight back, but he can't hit it. And then he jumps at Naruto. Naruto simply using the almighty push, pushing him back. Then using the flash step, and then grabbing a bell. Well, both bells, and then he jumps back. But Kakashi realizes he's in a genjutsu, and they haven't moved an inch. Well, he doesn't realize, but he's in a genjutsu, and they haven't moved an inch. And then Sasuke and Sakura are wondering why they're standing still, why haven't they even blinked or moved. And then Sasuke kind of catches on after a little bit that he's in a genjutsu, and then he runs over, grabbing both bells, and then giving one to Naruto. And then Naruto gives it to Sakura because he's like, "I don't care, I can pass anytime I feel like it." And then then Kakashi's like, "Well done, I didn't know I was in a genjutsu the whole time. You guys are strong," and the whole thing was about teamwork. You guys pass, and they eat lunch. And then, so obviously the Menma clone, or the Menma blood clone, meets with Killer B, kind of like befriending him. Can this stupid phone? I don't want to see the dumb notifications. So he meets with the Killer B, and they kind of become good friends. But he tells the Raikage, Killer B, and bodyguards and Killer B's disciples that he's a simple blood clone, and he's nowhere near the strength of the original form of him, which is Naruto Uzumaki of the Hidden Leaf, and he's like not even 10% of his power, because Naruto right now is completely Jesus. Right now he could probably take on Kaguya if he was like using 100% of his power, and if he knew how to use all of his abilities, because let's just say he's permanently in the Kurama Sage of the Sixth Pass mode. He's also always in Sage mode. He also has the Rinnegan. You can't deactivate the Rinnegan, but he can close his Rinne Sharingan eye. And he usually does, unless if he's in a fight that's very, very serious. Like if he were to verse Pain right now, he wouldn't even need to open probably his eyes. He could keep all of his eyes closed and just beat the crap out of him. Now, I forgot to also say this, but thank you guys for 22 subscribers. I mean, I'm really grateful for you guys, but thank you. Now we go back to the story. Now he tells them, and then obviously Killer B, A, and the bodyguards and disciples are shocked that there's someone out there stronger than Menma, because Menma versed them all and beat them, including the 100% of Yuki. Or like, not 100%, like at least 50% of Killer B. But then he was like, "Don't hit me anymore, because I would dispel, and I need to stay, I have to stay," how do you say this, not dispelled? I have to stay alive, kinda, so I can fulfill my mission. And then he says, "Okay." Or Killer B says, "Okay." He goes out of his tailed beast form, and he says Killer Bee's strong, but he's not strong even close to coming to the power of Naruto. No. Holy crap, I gotta push that back. Jeez, that's a big gap. But, so obviously the other blood clone, I don't know what I should name him. I know one of them is Menma, obviously Naruto's the original, and I don't know what the other guy is. I don't know who I'm gonna name him. If you guys can give me any, like, name recommendations, that'd be great. But, I'm gonna name him just, the blood clone, I guess, right now. The other blood clone is, well, I'm just gonna name one Menma. So when I say Menma, it's the one that's with A and the Raikage, or with the Raikage and Killer Bee in them. And Blood Clone's the one with Kakazu. So him and Kakazu go to Orochimaru's hideout, going with Orochimaru, or not going with Orochimaru, going to the Orochimaru hideout, seeing it, not destroying it, but no. So he goes to find Hidan. Hidan's like, well, the Blood Clone's also been training Kakazu, even though they're kind of on, like, sort of, not really the same power, but sort of. And crap. That's what it would look like. But, so, he goes to find Hidan. Kakazu and Hidan fight. They're pretty even. But, like, Kakazu has the upper hand. And then Hidan gets mad and, you know, kind of, like, not really overpowers him, but the Blood Clone appears in front of him, not really knocking him out, but hitting him to the ground, or hitting Hidan down to the ground, saying he wants you to join. He wants Hidan to join Kakazu and the Blood Clone, and he accepts, saying if he can keep his Jashin, I think that was, Jashin, to keep the way of Jashin. And he's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, just don't kill me, my master, my brother, and Kakazu. And his, the Blood Clone's brother, I'm gonna just say is Menma, because he just has that thing in his head that he knows he's a Blood Clone, but he just calls Menma his brother. And then Naruto's his master, basically. And he joins them, and then Itachi and, Itachi, Sasori, obviously Pain, or, Yahiko, Pain, and, Datorama, they are already in the Akatsuki, so you can't get them out yet. Or yet at all. And then we go back to Naruto. Naruto is, gets assigned, like, after doing a bunch of D-rank missions, they get bored of it, especially Sasuke. He's like, I'm an elite, Uchiha, I'm the elite clan in Uchiha, bragging about his heritage and stuff, and he's like, I'm a Uchiha, I'm elite, this, that. And then he, gets mad, and so is Sakura, because, you know, it's Sasuke. She gets mad every time Sasuke is, because she loves him. And then, they get signed a, they say it's a C rank, but it's actually like an A rank or S rank. No, crap. It's not an S rank. It's like a B or A rank mission. And they don't know this, and then they have to defend the bridge builder Tazuna. And then Tazuna is drunk, and he walks in, and he's like, oh, these brats have to defend me, and why does that weirdo look like that talking to Naruto? Because Naruto, if you think about it, looks weird. Like, he does kind of look weird because, like, he has horns, very pale skin, like, grayish skin. He has, like, gray, like, dark, like, pretty dark gray hair, has the orbs around him, and he has weird clothes and eyes and stuff like that. Holy crap, I'm surprised I didn't hit my brick phone. But, so he, yeah, he's like that weirdo, and Naruto gets mad, but he brushes it off, saying he doesn't care. They start walking and defending. Naruto, with his Rinnegan and sensory abilities, notices the demon brothers way before Kakashi does, because they're quite far away. Because he can sense the whole area. He practically can sense everything in the whole Hidden Leaf Village and more. And he senses him from far away, and then Kakashi finally notices after a little bit. They walk past Sasuke, or the Demon Brothers walk out. They supposedly, quote-unquote, kill the Kakashi, and the Demon Brothers are running at Tazuna, and then Naruto turns one of his orbs into like a big hollow orb, completely shielding Tazuna. They try to strike it, doing nothing, and I'm gonna say another the circle, like the big hollow orb that's covering Tazuna, grows these two blades, not really killing them, but stabbing them in the stomach and gut, or like that. And then they both fall onto their knees, shocked that this kid has so much power. The orb goes back onto Naruto's neck, and then Kakashi appears, and he's surprised how strong Naruto is and how easily he made a strategy and was able to defeat the Demon Brothers. They ask the Demon Brothers questions, and they say that Tazuna, I guess you could say, has a bounty or something like that, if they want to kill him for the money. And then Kakashi says duck after, they're walking and they're done with the Demon Brothers. And Giant Blade comes, and then Naruto ducks. But even though if he does, he's kind of has the Ten Tails kind of in him. Because you know how Otsutsuki's, I'm pretty sure, can regenerate with popping pills and shit like that. They can regenerate. So I'm gonna say Naruto. No, I'm just gonna say Naruto ducks. And so is all the other people, Tazuna, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi also ducking, but Kakashi called it. And then it hits a tree, and what's his name? Zabusa is on top of it. Naruto, well, he lets out his bloodlust or killing intent to kill them if they interfere. And Naruto claps his hands together and gets in the position he is in the picture, and yells in a giant all we see is an outer picture, we're far away in the woods and we can't see anything but just trees, and a massive explosion, a humongous explosion, kind of like the Ten Tails tailed beast ball. And it's kind of that big of an explosion hits it, and then that was a fraction of his power, not well, sorta, yeah, a fraction of his power, completely actually killing and disintegrating Zabuza. But he shielded him, and well, he didn't really need to shield himself, but he shielded him and his teammates with the True Seeking Orbs that are hollow. If there's only thing that's wrong is the True Seeking Orb has cracks in them because how durable they are. And Haku also, I guess you could say, got killed because how freaking devastating that blast was. That probably left a dent in the earth. And then they leave because Naruto puts his orbs back on his neck, and then they're walking, and they get him to the bridge, and then let's say Gato didn't hear about the news of Zabuza, and then he gets there. Well, then I'm gonna say Naruto in this. Yeah, obviously has 9 tails. What am I talking about? And it's named after the Naruto bridge after Naruto kills Gato and all of his people by just holding his hand out using an almighty board. Let's just say he puts his hand on the ground, and those little pole things that, or blade things that the Rinnegan can pull out of his can appear out of their hand. I'm gonna say he puts his hand on the ground and uses some chakra, and he sends a giant spike barrage and kills them all, including Gato. And it's named the Great Naruto Bridge because Naruto is just that big of a beast. And they get back, and then I'm gonna say the other blood clone that has Hidan and Kakazu on their team goes to the Sand Village, finding Gaara, and no. That's it. No. So I'm gonna go to Menma. What am I gonna do with Menma? Because Menma is a friend with the one, and I'm gonna go stay with Naruto. So we cut to the. I'm trying to think. I haven't watched the basic Naruto in so long. I'm trying to think. Is it after that? Don't they go to the tuning exams? I'm gonna say they do, but yeah. And then they go to the writing. Naruto, let's just say, opens his Rinne Sharingan, and I'm gonna say he senses or sees everything in the room right now. He sees all the answers and everything of what they wrote, and then he writes it down, And then boom, he gets 100%, and he was the quickest one to do it. He finished it in 4 minutes, I must say. And then he closes his forehead eye open. Wait, what did I just say? He closes his forehead eye open? No, he closes his forehead eye. Or his Ren Sharingan on his forehead closes that. And he's not afraid to show what he looks like. He doesn't care anyways. He kind of like, not really lost all emotions, but he's like more of a serious Naruto. And he's not really that serious to become Hokage. He's like, if I got to, I will kill someone if I have to. He's already killed Zabusa, like. So. They cut to the thing. So, yeah, forced to death. The next day, it comes to the forced to death. Death! Gosh, I cannot speak. I'm illiterate. So, no, that's if you can't read. Shut up. So, it cuts to the forest of death the very next day, and so, you know, the one, what's her name? Kurenai? No, Kurenai, no, not Kurenai. Pretty sure that's the red-eyed one that's, like, dating or married to Asuma. But the one girl that turned, yeah, her. The one girl is, like, I think, pink or, no, purple hair, I think. You know, tells them all what to do. And then Naruto's team has to get a heaven and an earth scroll, I'm gonna say. And Naruto is walking with, obviously, Sasuke and Sakura and the Forest of Death. And, Naruto doesn't have to go to the bathroom, but he starts to hover and flies up. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can kill in this. I mean, if Naruto really wanted to, and if he felt like it, he could shield his teammates, and all he would have to do is kind of do what Pain did to the whole Hidden Leaf Village, but to the Forest of Death. He would just fly up in the middle of it and say Almighty Push and completely destroy the whole thing and killing all the students. But why would I do that? That makes it boring. So he starts hovering to find teams, and then let's just say he keeps, like, Sasuke and Sakura. They also learn the tree walking and stuff. But he shields he doesn't shield, he makes that disc thing where, like, Sasuke and Sakura jump on and use their chakra so they don't fall off. And they're flying with Naruto. They're, like, hovering and flying with Naruto. And Naruto, like, sees teams and he keeps them in the air, like, really far up so, like, no one can hit them. And then, oh god, that was my knee. But, oh my god, I'm at 32 minutes, my lord. But Naruto flies back down and flies down to the team, not killing him, but knocking him out, and let's say they have a Heaven Scroll. Now, I'm gonna say Orochimaru's team, not Orochimaru's team, but Orochimaru finds, like, a flying disc. He jumps up, but like, Sasuke and Sakura, not jump off, but Naruto brings the disc down so they land, and his true secret orbs go back on his neck, or around his neck. And so they find Orochimaru. Orochimaru gives Sasuke the haunted hickey, and so Naruto jumps at Orochimaru. Orochimaru says he needs okay. Orochimaru is looking at Naruto, saying, "What beautiful eyes you have! I need those Rinnegan. I'm gonna take those Rinnegan." Naruto, as soon as he's in the middle of saying this, he vanishes, and then his leg is right in front of his the snake nerd's face, and then kicks Orochimaru into a tree, and then Orochimaru summons a snake. Naruto holds his hand up, making kind of like a giant Truth Seeker axe, cutting the snake in half, and also cutting Orochimaru's arm off. Orochimaru comes out of his mouth, making a new body, and then jumps at Naruto, and then obviously Orochimaru's hand's right in front of Naruto's face while Naruto's hovering, and then his hand kind of gets repelled back, and then Naruto says Almighty Push, sending him flying, and then Orochimaru retreats. Yeah, he retreats. And then Orochimaru... Well, not Orochimaru. They find the Earth Scroll, and then the first one's there. Well, no, there's second one's behind Gaara, because they had to fight Orochimaru, so it took a little long. It didn't take as long as it did in the story, like a few days, but it took up a little bit of time, so they're a little behind Gaara. Oh, I swear, give me one more breaking news. I'm gonna knock your face into the wall. But so they get there. Gaara looks at Naruto with killer intent because he sees that Naruto and his teammates don't have a speck of dust on them. Because obviously Naruto is protecting his teammates. But no. Sasuke and Sakura have dust on them. Gaara looks just only at Naruto, seeing that he doesn't have a speck of dust on him. But he notices, obviously, that Sakura and Sasuke have specks of dust on them, or like they're very injured because of Orochimaru. And then they go to their first fight, Naruto versus the one guy that they're versing the one guy that I guess absorbs chakra, I think. And it goes all the same way until Naruto versus Chiba. All the thing that Naruto does is vanishes and kicks him in the face. And then Sakura versus Dino goes the same, and we're gonna go to the second round. We're gonna go to like the month training, and that's where I'm gonna end it off because, but I don't know what time it is. Oh crap, it's only 8, but I'm getting quite tired and my storage is running out, so I'm gonna have to delete some stuff.